Well, I will say for I and the Kerm Sports TV on YouTube. I go there win Sema and Saka and I did Ebemo. It is still about the World Cup. Africa look so disappointed looking at games I boy, the output and the expectation of the team. So the qualification I set me and the level it's me could at a run of 32. You know that belief when I say this is the right time for Africa to show to the world say the World Cup if arrived and how Morocco set the tone against Netherlands and it was so clear say and Africa with the arrival and we are there to prove a point. But unfortunately, Osha performance I had done and how we continue to show our weak mentality at the West stage. Everything points out say we are not ready and we still continue to be the participants so far as the World Cup is concerned. And over results are Congo etimi enya over results are Cote d'Ivoire etimi nya over results are Oman FN Senegal etimi nya na bibia kire say Africa we are still not ready. We continue to be participants so far as the World Cup is concerned. Woman say Ghana any Oman your friend Egypt are yet so almost betimi ateki omu game no and we are only hoping that things will change and those two teams will make Africa proud. But in the meantime, yeah, Babeshe matches now, Yedi Carbono, and how these teams fare and how Africa continue to show their weak mentality so far as the Coupe du Mondial is concerned. World Cup started in 1930 in Uruguay. Africa team making a derby in 1934 with Egypt making it out there. Africa almost first win in 1978 in Argentina. Abra, Omaya friend the Catholic Eagles of Tunisia. Etimi share team your friend in Mexico by 3-1. Africa team PM from the group stage of the competition in 1986. And I know the Atlas Lions of Morocco and etimi a free group stage in Eba Bonten Echo the next stage of the competition. And to say a World Cup there. Na yentimi nka abra ebetoto omaya fair no Morocco no asara. So when you see Morocco performing, beating teams, battling with top teams, showing class and quality, it has been part of them from the very first day, and they've shown that resilience and quality at top level football so far as the World Cup in here concerned. But one thing has been our concern all this while, and it is the reason why we are yet to make any meaningful impact so far as the World Cup is concerned. Though we've been able to make it to the semi-finals of the World Cup, whom for me, now me believe we say, we could have performed better than the Yetimia witness in recent times. But let's take it back and go through the series and the situations as to why we've struggled to make meaningful impact so far as the World Cup is concerned. So, far Africa model bono at the world stage. One thing is very clear. Now, one thing I'm very clear idea we call it our weak mentality. Idea MIN koyenim, idea MIN a bit of that progression and that quality na inimuno. Ni yina say game yetimi bwa etwim stretch game to the level din so bi betimi ni ye abani. But unfortunately, obonti ye do sa particular level no ni ye give up. And no idea akoswa haye all these years, and it is the reason why after all this special performance that we've shown, and you bet me name some teams and some countries as to how they've shown, still Africa yet see a bit me left the trophy and we say Africa deserve to clinch the ultimate. Now, some 1990 when we started, Africa showed that personality and we showed why we deserve to be there. And the indomitable Lions of Cameroon and the best selections of Argentina, etimi Asia. Now, etimi Asia, it got to a level you say Cameroon go down by 9 men. But 9 men, they were able to beat Argentina in the group stage. Now, so Argentina now echo all the way to the final. To Germany. But so for Cameroon go all the way to the quarterfinal in the game against England. again time a game no Cameroon LED or stretchy game na game na yeba bepono. They considered and England equalizing and England stretching game no to the extra time and winning that particular game. Again, weak mentality. Now yeah, by 1994, the great Nigerian team Peter Rufai, Rashid Yakini, Austin Azuka, JJ Okocha, Gary Balawal, name them. Almost stretched the squadron Azuris of Italy to that particular level. Actually, 80 plus minutes and almost a mistake and Azuris take and almost Roberto Baggio Cunha penalty and a Baggio Boshe and a Nigeria for almost stretchy Italy all this while almost Colusia a film. Let me take you back to 2002. That is a year on my friend in Senegal beating France, topping the group of France and Uruguay. France with the stars of Thierry Henry, Jibril Cisse, David Trezeguet, but almost against Turkey. Ya pu game na wie kro ya pu wie the who ya Senegal now ama a Turkey man about last minute goal. And in 2010 Africa had few seconds to get to the semi-finals of the World Cup. Baby Jet Asamoah had all the luxury to hit the ball at the back of the net. On my board, so na ball no eda bad so ama ball no entimi ansha. Ghana ko bomb penalties against Uruguay. Ghana etimi ekolusu. So consistently we continue to lack tough mentality so far as the big stage concerned. And obieni Morocco so boya to the level of playing at the semi-finals, almost could give you up and go and farm and on the continent today. And in 2026 World Cup in Canada, USA, and then Mexico, that we felt say Africa is prepared. Ya extended call Africa team this number of teams in the round of 32. Into young coach BBC in Mbo, ya bet Bobra. The Elephant of La Côte d'Ivoire started against Norway, an ordinary Norway side that had Odegaard, that had Alexander Soloff and then Ellen Holland. Omo etimia ba betika. Obi enim say game no could we ball omo half. Afi no mako gift go. Aba Ellen Holland akwa kunya a second goal. E di ama eye Norway amo etimi yi. The Elephant of La Côte d'Ivoire enso etimi Efrim. Dr. Congo against England. E omo say England has never lost to eye omaya a free Africa da. But again, putting all this kind of performance, you go no. Na Congo for so and so etimia gifted a year or my friend England and look at that goal from Hurricane, the second goal after Lionel in passing as Bon Homodia show say it is difficult to beat now almost was England Akwako winning by 2-1 and a day to forget in Dakar a night to forget in Dakar a year Senegal versus the Red Devils of Belgium. Senegal take it 2 goals lead. And look at that goal from Ismail Sarr of Crystal Palace. Senegal for what now? Ama Belgium are better can within a space of 2 seconds. Ama Belgium for what being a penalty at Sinya Baba Basha Momo lose by 3 goals to 2. Unprecedented. And this isn't a Belgium team, a prime Eden Hazard, a prime Kevin De Bruyne, a prime Romelu Lukaku, a prime Toby Alderweireld and Jon Vertonghen. No. A very weak Belgium team that are in the twilight of their career. They lack quality. They still rely on Thomas Meunier and then Azer Vessel and all those players. But still, as Senegal, could give Kerm this number of goals. So the problem is that Africa continue to show a weak mentality. And if you really want to move on, if you really want to win the World Cup, and Africa, some teams here are making, oh, the Senegal manage Brazil, come manage Spain. Argentina and common say a team on what it takes to beat them, a team on more pedigree, a team on more class. Unfortunately, it is one of those teams that comes in once in 50 years and a team about segment. So when will Africa overcome that level of weak mentality so far as the World Cup is concerned? From 1930 to 2026 is almost 96 years. We are yet to overcome the level of weak mentality so far as the Coupe du Monde is concerned. Who is going to change the narrative? Is it going to be Morocco? They are now in the round of 16 and they really showed after playing against Brazil, beating the Orange of Netherlands and they've really shown that they are the team to take Africa to the promised land. Ghana, Colombia, and then Egypt against Australia. Let's wait and see if these two teams can change the narrative. But for now, it is Morocco who continue to hoist the flag of Africa very high, and we wish them all the best. I am the Kerm Sports TV. Share video no be insan so intimi nkabi. Now no so share mo bi anso intimi enhwe. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah, the more videos waiting abrem. I am the busy. Makrab.